Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25.
Gun. Cut. 12.
Here's Burrow to throw right away. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. You look at this Baltimore defense. They were fantastic a week ago in the win over Houston.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you can tell by this team. All right, anytime you can tell your offense, hey, just get us a couple touchdowns. We got this thing locked down. That's when you know you're playing well and you're carrying your team along.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Burrow. Throwing the out route, finding Boyd for the completion. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Well, this defense for the Ravens, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you feel like you can. And when you look at this team, you definitely think that it is, because anytime you can tell your offense, just get us a couple of touchdowns, we got this thing locked down, that's when you know you're playing well.
Now it's Burrow. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fielded at about the 28. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. A collegiate star here in the Buckeye State. It's J.K. Dobbins to about the 35, 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
From the 35, here's 2nd down and 8. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now 3rd down and 7. Jackson. That is caught. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the 1st.
I guess we got a good idea about what the game plan is for attacking this secondary. No beating around the bush with this crew. His first throw of the game is a deep shot, and it connects. That's a tendency breaker right there, because normally you build up to the big shot, but not in this case.
And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Let's go.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brandon, that's what you call being manhandled at the point of attack. And I know the offensive line gets a lot of blame for that one. But occasionally, the defense just knows what you're going to do. Maybe they scouted it perfectly. Maybe someone tipped it off. But on that play, it had no chance.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. Pass incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And in for the Ravens touchdown. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Ravens get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Now a 3-time 1,000-yard rusher, Joe Mixon. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. 2nd and a couple. They go play action with Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. The Bengals 1-0 on the year following the win in week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener, and now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Now it's Burrow. And his throw is incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Here we go. 12, 12, 12. 12, 12, 12.
Again, it's Burrow. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to convert on third and short yardage with a gain of 4.
Ready? 11, 11, 11, 11.
Play action. It's Burrow. Looking deep here for Chase. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Offenses all over continue to be aggressive, and most people never turn down a shot at a deep ball. But oftentimes it attracts a little bit of extra attention. And it did on that play, and that one got knocked away.
Again, it's Burrow on 2nd and 10. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32. So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt. And they're going for it on 4th down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. McPherson's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Dobbins with a typical strong run, and 3 years in, you still feel like you haven't seen all he can be as a pro. Injuries wiped out 2021 and part of 2022. But when he's out there and healthy, he can be electric.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Ball on the 39. Here's the 2nd and 8. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On second down, here's Jackson. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Anytime the ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
And that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just one first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And the Bengals take over first and 10.
Ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Back to Mixon on first down. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Here we go.
Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. They're passing here. Joe Burrow dumps it off to Mixon. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
11 MT, take, Don.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. And this is incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Here we go.
Now a 2nd and 10.
11, 11. 11 mighty. 11 mighty. Don.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 21. A gain of 22. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender
11,
does.
11, 11, 11.
Now Burrow on first down. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
On 2, ready?
Here's 2nd and 10.
Thomas. Stop.
Here's Burrow. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
Trenton
And Simpson in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12. 11 mighty, 11 mighty.
Now Burrow to throw on 2nd down. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Irv Smith Jr. as the first half is winding down. And the Bengals have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. Wow, a big mistake there. Late interception in this first half, and that could lead to a field goal try the other way.
Yeah, I think at this point you just had to say, let's take a knee and go into the half and regroup. Let's just talk it over a little bit. I wonder, partner, was the analytics coach in his head a little bit? Maybe go ahead and press it and try and get some points? While the old school coach probably would have said, take the knee, let's get out of here.
Now we could see points the other way here. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And the Bengals are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
That's a big one.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, at the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you to come in like an auctioneer. We got two. Do I hear three? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
Hey, report.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. To about the 26 here.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Another run here with Dobbins. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Jackson from the shotgun. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Well, Charles, that is now 3 interceptions in 3 consecutive drives, and you can see he's just got a look of disgust and bad body language, understandably, as he walks off the field.
And I think it comes from the fact that he's not sure what he sees down the field, Brandon. I don't know if he's seeing ghosts. I don't know if he just can't read defenses. I'm not sure what it is, but that's why he's frustrated. Think about the defense right now. Every time they run on the field, they've gone from hoping to intercept the pass to expecting to intercept passes. Their confidence at an all-time high right now.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
He's known for his legs and his fancy footwork, but he's not getting much of a chance to use it here. The defense continued to hold the upper hand by bringing him down on that play.
Here we go.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Burrow looking to pass. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
11 MT tape. 11 MT tape. 11 MT.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there for Cincinnati. 41 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Running left, it's Mixon. He'll get this down to the 21, just on the edge of the red zone.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, Hard to get them started again occasionally.
12. Stop.
Burrow will throw. And it's caught. Touchdown, Bengals. T. Higgins, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are able to add on to that lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Burrow and the Bengals offense staying put. They'll go for 2 here. They'll let Mixon try and run it in. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. They go with the option on the 2-point try, and the decision to pitch it worked out.
Almost felt like basketball, didn't it? Remember the dribbler, draw, drive, and dish? How about that one? Drew everyone to him, dished it to the running back. He takes it in.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Now it's Jackson. Flushed out right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Anthony Brown. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Burrow on play action. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Marking down at the 9. A very solid gain of 27.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Bengals are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Ravens have got it back to a two-score game here in the fourth. Well, we've certainly seen this before, CD. No one can quite electrify a crowd like Lamar Jackson, and really don't know what else to say other than that was special right there.
I think you pretty much said it all, but I go back to what you said about electrifying a crowd. He's also electrifying us, and we're calling the game. This guy's simply sensational.
Tucker with the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. This game was really a tussle, seemed like just a moment ago, and now they've got the momentum. A couple of scores on their last pair of drives and a 2-score lead. I think here now you go conservative, right? Run the football, work the clock.
You know, I usually agree with you, but I'm going after him right here. I want to put this bad boy away. I wouldn't be afraid to throw it. They've got all the confidence, all the momentum on their side. Go ahead and take your dagger shots and try and finish this one off.
I disagree vehemently. I say run the football. You've got the lead.
But let's watch it and find out who's right.
And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
It's caught. Mitchell. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. That's going deep for Bateman. It's caught inside the 25. And he is going to have a Ravens first down on what will be a big play there on 4th and long. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
Listen, when you're at this point of the game, all options are on the table. 4th down, they say, we've got to go for it. And what a play they come up with. Big yardage there to keep the drive alive.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Now it's Jackson, eluding the pressure, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. DJ Reader able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. From the gun, Jackson able to hit his target, Claypool.
Jackson's pass complete to Chase Claypool. A gain of 8 yards, and it's 3rd down.
It's not.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Mitchell. And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
Who wants it more? This is 4th and a yard. They're going for it with Dobbins. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. J.K. Dobbins, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. They do tack on the extra point as well. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
21. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts, and obviously this is a very slim lead they're holding on to.
Yeah, let's face it, the easiest way to get this done, challenge your ground game. Challenge your offensive line, your tight ends, your receivers, anyone who's going to lay down a block. Don't let there be penetration because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and maybe bring extra people to the ball. If you can do that, make them burn their timeouts, run out the clock, life will be good. But if you really want to gamble a little bit, a quick play action, quick throw, might be able to get it done. Just make sure it's not incomplete and stop the clock.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now a pause for the injury, and that is, yes, Joe Mixon clearly in some discomfort following that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Here we go, here we go.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They run with a veteran speedster. It's Kareem Hunt. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Here is 3rd and 5.
11 mighty, 11 mighty. 11, 11, 11. Stop.
Now it's Burrow. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. This is 1st and 10. Now Jackson. That is caught, Bateman. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout. Jackson. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals have just about sewn up this football game. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Well, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it is strictly for pride.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
2nd and 10.
11, Thomas.
Throwing now is Joe Burrow. Looking deep here for Chase. And it's incomplete. There's still